Alright guys, a very good morning. I am so sorry that I'm late. But 15 minutes late with a 40-minute traffic jam, not too bad. And then taking the wrong exit as well. So it wasn't really a good morning regarding traffic and my route. But it's okay, we are here and we are live. Welcome guys, good morning. Sam, welcome, good to see you. Right over here, KLM City Hopper E190 ready on the runway. We unfortunately missed a KLM 747. She went out right at the moment I was grabbing my tripod. KLM City Hopper E175 taxiing by. And then over here we do have an EasyJet. Right, there goes the E190. Jens, welcome. Yes, indeed, Sam. It did cost us a KLM 747, unfortunately. Yeah, sure, Jens. Brabants kwartiertje. No, when you make an appointment at a certain time, you should be there on time. I hate to be late. There goes a KLM 737. Today we do have a southern wind. So the airport ops should be in a southern direction. Maybe when it's busy with arrivals, they might as well use the Buitenveldbaan. That's the runway over here. Right over there you see a runway. That's the Buitenveldbaan. They might use that one for arrivals as well, whenever it is busy for the arrivals. Right over there we do have a British Airways at the gates, a couple of KLMs, and then Aer Lingus just pushed back and is starting up the engines right now. QJ YouTube, very good morning to you as well. And of course everybody else who is joining in right away. Yeah, I know, most streamers are often late, but I hate to be late. I absolutely hate it. So that's why my apologies. For the rest, I will stop talking about it, because otherwise it gets like a negative thing throughout the entire stream. Well, we want it a nice, positive and chilled stream, of course. And right over there, KLM City Hopper E195 E2. Our little blue baby whale. Here one as well, on the ground, on the taxiway. Yay, Slime 72, 78, good morning. Yeah, you say as well that I do not have to apologize. Okay, I will stop talking about it. The Orange Pride is at Schiphol. Alright, that's nice. Let's hope she will depart during our stream. We are streaming till 1 o'clock. At latest, at maximum we can extend for about 30 minutes. Because I do have a couple of appointments later on in the afternoon. One pretty close by, so I should make that in about 30 minutes after stopping the stream. And there it doesn't really matter if I'm a couple of minutes late. But after that I will have to go towards east, towards the office at 3 p.m. So, and for that one I do need to be on time, preferably early. Right over here we do have a Delta Airlines A330 stalking us. We will stalk you back. Arriving and pulling into the gates right now. Gyro, welcome, good morning. The Yankee Hotel Romeo, is it already delivered? No, right? There goes the KLM City Hopper E195 E2. Made a little loop. Wanted to do an extra spin of the airport. Very small spin though, but a spin is a spin. Extra small little tour. Oh, very light 737, 700 of KLM. That's a DHL with a sticker on it, as one. I think I can read. Not 100% sure. There goes the next KLM City Hopper E175. What does it say? As one, I think. And then something underneath. Hmm. Next one on the runway here, on runway 24, is Aer Lingus, but I believe I saw one on runway 18 left as well. Yes indeed, KLM Cityhopper E190. There goes the Aer Lingus. I see a Sun Express 737 taxiing out and an EasyJet rolling on runway 18 left right now. There it is. Rotated at the moment I said it was still rolling. And there goes the next KLM Cityhopper E175. I see a former Star Alliance livery of SAS. But I don't think she will be visible for the camera, because I saw her too late. Nacht Braco, very good morning. Ah, there she is. There is the former Star Alliance livery of SAS. And the KLM Cityhopper E195E2 joining the view, as well as this bird. Hello, you're gonna visit us. I don't have food for you, I'm sorry. I barely have food for myself today. KLM 737-700. Looks like the Sun Express will be the next one to go. Over there in the distance, lined up and going, Sun Express 737. I'll try to follow them as long as possible. They will disappear behind the building for a moment, and then we see them rotating. not bad, not bad. And then I lost it. Because I was looking at this cute aircraft. KLM, whoa, no. That's not KLM, that's British Airways. One of the oldest airlines in the world. But KLM is the oldest still operating under their original name, of course. British Airways has been formed from a merger of several airlines. And if you would count those starting airlines that later formed British Airways, then indeed British Airways is older. But this is a British Airways City Flyer, an E190 Embraer, flying in from London City and now parking into the gates after they have landed and had a long taxi time from the Polderbaan. Next one to take off is Ryanair. Yes,
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You do Heathrow, no?
That's somebody else. Heathrow is a little bit difficult for me because I can't take my power banks with me. But I do film sometimes there and then I make a video out of it.
So many years crossing those people.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
And actually kind of under the roof as well.
Exactly.
Well, under the wing.
Right?
You listen to the ATC as well, or just you?
No, just filming for me, yeah. I tried it with ATC, but it was a little bit disturbing. That's the police helicopter. Very lovely. Oh, no, the big police helicopter. They have two types. This one was the Augusta Westland AW139er. And they also have the smaller one, the EC135. But this one was the bigger one. This one can also go, this one can also go above sea and perform rescue missions, getting people out of water, etc. Yeah, very cool machines. Right overhead. Love it. No, it's okay, it's okay. Let me see when Yankee Hotel Romeo landed. Hotel Yankee Hotel Romeo. No, it's still not here. Let me see. Right, this one. Transavia. Because right now I have flown all Airbuses of us. The Romeo is the third one to be delivered. That will be somewhere February till March, maybe April. So I'll probably fly it once it's delivered. The first one to be delivered will be the Papa, the Yankee Hotel Papa. And I can't say too much, but she is expected fairly soon. Mike 1985 NL, thank you for the €2 donation. Yes indeed, it will be the Papa, the Quebec and then the Romeo. And expect the Papa to be here fairly soon. I'd say within the next, within this year, before the end of this year. We will see the Yankee Hotel Papa, and that will be the first one of Transavia Netherlands, the original Transavia, to be painted in the new base livery. Because right now, let me see. I will search it up for you guys. Because I, of course, the nerd I am, which not. I have flown all aircrafts currently in the Transavia fleet, except for the Hotel Bravo Kilo, the Hotel Bravo November, the Hotel Sierra India, which is the Peter Pan livery, the Hotel Sierra Whiskey, the Hotel X-Ray Foxtrot, and the Hotel X-Ray Oscar. For the rest, I have flown every single aircraft. I did miss two 737-700s, but that's unfortunately because I only flew the 700 twice. And those were two different 700s, two different registrations. So I was lucky there that I at least had two different registrations. Next one to line up on a runway 24 is a KLM 787-10, registered as the hotel as the Papa Hotel Bravo Kilo India. Still with the old livery, the good looking livery. And then right behind it there is the new livery. In my eyes, the not so good looking livery. But that's my opinion, of course. The designers at KLM did think different. There it is. It's a 787-9er. KLM City Hopper E195 E2 pushing behind. Mike, very nice. Next week you are here at Schiphol, and then you're connecting towards Abu Dhabi and then through towards Manila in the Philippines. That is so cool. In about 2 weeks time I will be flying off towards Madeira. Funchal. Funchal is the city and then the island is Madeira. Right? Or was it the other way around? At least towards Madeira. She's hiding behind her big sister, which is a Dash 10 as well, right here in front of us. There she goes. KLM 787-9er. There you go. Yes, Sam, you go indeed to southern Turkey, also very nice. Yes, I know QJ YouTube. I've waved at Madeira once because we were stuck, kind of stuck there, almost fully stuck there. We almost had a unscheduled overnight, but it was due to the computer failure last year. There is a city hopper taking off right over there, KLM E195 E2. Now, last year with that computer failure where all those computers all over the world failed their operating systems. I had just departed like 20 minutes before it happened at Schiphol, and we were on our way towards Funchal. And yeah, our operations was like, yeah, continue on, because Schiphol isn't accepting any aircraft anymore, so just continue on, and we hope it's fixed by then. Funchal is quite a long day. It's not like really close, extremely close to your maximum hours, but it's a delay of about an hour, then it gets tricky, you know. And so yeah, we went towards there. We landed like 5 or 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Very nice. And then we looked at our restricted takeoff time. It's a so-called slot time. Air traffic control hands them out for free. You can't do anything. You can't do much about it. And it was a slot time of about 3.5 hours. And we were like, yeah, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna say we'll stop right now? Or are we going to stand near / in the aircraft? And let's hope we get an improvement. Well, we decided to do the second thing, hope for an improvement, and that came. And in the end, we took off with only 45 minutes delay, which is pretty decent, considering that you had a global system failure, global software failure. There goes a private jet, by the way. And then the aftermath of that, having a restricted takeoff time about 3.5 hours after your scheduled departure time, yeah. But in the end, we made it home with about 30 minutes delay, which is very good. Flew a little bit harder as well. Loaded some extra fuel to make it on time and to save us some paperwork, and especially the captain. Because if we, you can decide to do to add an extra hour of working if you, as a crew, unanimously vote to do so. If you're feeling fit, etc. All things that have to be considered. But that does mean that the captain does have to fill in quite some paperwork, which he didn't want. So in talks with operations, loaded some extra fuel and flew a little bit harder, a little bit faster. There goes another KLM 787. And the KLM City Hopper E195 E2 taxiing towards the runway. But yeah, in about 2 weeks. First time really going towards Funchal. And yeah, Funchal is scheduled 4 hours 10 minutes, so it's often indeed around 3 hours 45, 3 hours 50, 3 hours 55. Of real flight time. There goes another KLM City Hopper, E195, E2 once again. KLM has their full order received of those City Hoppers. Yet they are still not all flying. There's still some parked at Enschede, which is unfortunate, partly due to engine issues and partly due to the pilot shortage. Over there we do see KLM, no, not a KLM, it's green, it's Transavia. Transavia Airbus A321neo, that's the last one. Then the 737-800 with the Sunweb livery in the middle, and then another 737 on the right hand side. What do we have more? We do have a TUI 787. And then we do have a Delta Airlines Airbus A321neo. Clearly visible right there in the middle. In front of a KLM and behind a KLM City Hopper. Then a little bit more towards the left we do have the Norse Indigo, which probably stayed overnight or is broken. Who knows? They know probably. We do have another departure from runway 18 left. It's right here. 737-800. KLM retired their first 737 yesterday. Well, 2 days ago, and then they... Well, was it 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago, the 2nd of November. And let me see if it flew out already towards Enschede for dismantling. Bravo X-ray Kilo. No, it's still on the ground here at Schiphol. So maybe we will see it depart, 737 towards the graveyard of Enschede. And welcome everybody, good to see you all here. My name is Mike, I'm Airlinespotter072. My passion is aviation, and with these live streams I can bring that to you. Hope you are enjoying yourself here for a nice and relaxed early morning stream from the Panoramic terrace. I see British Airways, A320, looks like an EU. Starting up, but I see something very nice taking off. Looks like it's turning towards us. As I would like to call them, Stepstundpiloot. It's our Dutch Coast Guard with a Dash 8. There they go. Why do I like to call them stunt pilot? Well, you know that game, right? That it's a children's game, but it kind of turned like into a drinking game. Ooh, wait a second, hold on. Pause the story. The Air Baltic A220 Baltic Heritage livery. Very good looking aircraft, I have to say so. Absolutely it does. But yeah, you mean, that's a stunting pilot, right? And these guys like to do similar things. I have once seen them when I still worked at the airport. I saw them approaching from over here, from the east, fly like parallel to the Buitenveldert runway, which is located east to west. And then they turned 180 degrees around, above the taxiway. And then still landed on the Buitenveldert, on the eastern run, on the west-eastern runway. So they approached from the east, but they landed towards the east and never went beyond the end of the runway. I literally thought they were gonna crash. They didn't. They just like to do such stupid and crazy maneuvers. It's fun to see. And it's of course a training for them. A lot of the flyers of those airplanes are as well old fighter pilots, so they know what to do, but it's weird if you don't know that they like to do that. There goes another KLM, a 787. Yeah, they are our stunting pilots, patrolling the coast. It's A321neo. It's British Airways. There you go, Sam. Lovely looking aircraft. The Baltic Heritage livery is lined up on the runway, ready to go. The wind is picking up a little bit, so give me a moment to adjust my microphone to be on my jacket instead of on my sweater. I hope I don't scream into your ears right now. Otherwise, I will talk a little bit quieter. So there goes the A220. They have the similar engine type as the E195 E2. That's the entire E2 family. Just ever so slightly different, but very similar. There goes KLM 737. And I lost it. Ah, there it is. Sorry. Wasn't properly tracking it. Taxiing into the gate is Air Arabia Morocco. A320, right over there, A321neo of KLM. sneaking in front of the A321neo of British Airways. There goes ITA, or ITA, or at least Italian airline ITA. There it is. 320 CO, the old A320. There goes the KLM A321neo. There you go. Ooh, Air Canada A330. Mainly seen the 787 lately. It looks like a Neo due to the mask, but it isn't. It is an Airbus A330, either 200 or 300. If anybody of you guys knows the difference, how can I easily spot the difference between an Airbus A330 200 and an Airbus A330 300? Please let me know, because I know it of almost every single aircraft except for the A330. I just can't seem to find the difference. I know it's lengthwise, but it's difficult to see. There goes the British Airways A321neo without the mask. So it's still an older Airbus A321neo. This KLM 737 starting up the engines. Pushback truck has been released. Right, there isn't really much of a difference except for the length, right? But for example, like let me explain what I mean, like a clear difference. The 787, and I do have one right in front of me as we speak. The 787 does have the doors where you see the bridges, and the windows on the underneath the KLM. Those are that's the standard 10 windows. That's on the 787-8. And then if you have the -9er, you see 5 windows extra towards the back with that little gap in between you see right here. And then if it's a -10, it's 10 windows. Like, that's a pretty clear difference. There goes a Swiss A320neo. Or for example, with a 777, a 200 and a 300. A 200 has 4 emergency exit doors, and a 300 has 1 extra right here above the wing. Those are very clear differences, but I just can't seem to find a difference on the A330. And it's really annoying me. Because I like to be able to spot the difference. Like, for example, at KLM I know the difference because registration-wise. At Delta Airlines I do know the 300 is, they are all registered as, with at the end, November Whiskey. You know, But that's airline specific and not type specific. You all might think, what the hell is he talking about? Who cares? I'm sorry, I care. That's just me. Welcome in my head. I want to know those things. Right over here, another KLM 737 starting up the engines. Pushback truck has been disconnected. And right over there goes an Austrian A320. There goes another KLM 787-10. There goes the 737 taxiing out. And there goes an EasyJet A319. And then soon we do have another 787 off the KLM. Another KLM City Hopper E175, 737 off KLM as well. All waiting over there. And this giant ETS Cargo 777. There you go, 787-10. Very, very nice aircrafts, the 787s. Now I'm gonna tease you guys a little bit, ever so slightly. Because I made a video. Almost finished it. At least it is uploaded on onto YouTube, but I still have to do some settings on YouTube, and then. But I made a video with fully 787s, 777s, A330s, 4 747s, 1 A380, and 2 A320s. So a lot of 787s. It's about 23 minutes long. It's like a highlight video of streams. But I will save it for now. on the channel, like put it in the backlog, because currently until halfway of February I can stream more often than the last couple of months, because I'm currently not flying until then again. So I will try to make as many very nice videos as possible, and then have kind of a backlog to show you guys. This is Latvia, right? I see Qatar Cargo pushing back as well. Alright, so really the only difference is like you have to guess the length of the A330. It's not something like with windows or with doors or... pretty annoying. You know what I mean, right? Alright, next one up from runway 18 left will be a KLM 737. Right over there. It's the air ambulance. The so-called lifeliner. Those helicopters are from Airbus or Eurocopter. They are the EC-135. They are operated by the ANWB. And the ANWB, it's like ADAC in Germany. A lot of people know ADAC. They are there to help the people out who have broken down on the roads with their cars or bikes or motorbikes, etc. But they also run the air ambulance service. Alright, Sam, I will take a look what the difference is. Let me see. Ah, so there is a difference. There we go, finally. So alright, so the tail of the A330 is 1 foot 7 inches, no 1 foot 9 inches higher. And it's about 15 feet longer, making it that between the first and the second door on the 200 you do have 12 windows, and on the 300 you do have 17 to 18 windows. All right, now that's something I wanted to know. Thank you so much, Sam. Finally. Perfect. Now I can, the nerd that I am, and I'm proud of it, so don't worry that I said it. But now I can finally, like, yeah, kind of count something or spot a clear difference. Then I will take a look in a moment what kind of A330 this one is. But we first do have Etihad Cargo 777 going for the takeoff. Alright, so the Delta Airlines is a 300, a A330-300. There goes the Etihad Cargo. Very, very lovely looking livery. And there is the Airbus A330-300. Because look, that's definitely more than 12 windows between the first and the second door. Those windows that's underneath the Delta logo. Thanks. Now I finally know. I get happy about those stupid facts. There is a 767 of United Airlines. What you doing here, bird? I don't have food for you. There is a Qatar... Speaking is difficult, I'm sorry. There is a Qatar Cargo 777. But first, Bulgarian E190 took off from runway 18 left, and there goes the A330-300. Of Delta Airlines. I see Air Europe 787 with the RCD Mallorca sticker. Alright, alright. Probably a football club. Oh, imagine playing for that football club. Every other week you will have to take a flight to the mainland to play a game of football. That's lovely. I would do that, 100% sure. Welcome guys, good to see you all joining in. There goes KLM 737. They are slowly getting replaced by these Airbus A321neos. Then we do have an Air Baltic A220, and right behind that we do have another neo. How can I tell? It's clearly written on there. Thank you, EasyJet. If you don't know that's a neo, then ay. If you can't see that Neo, I would maybe Specsavers is a good one to go to. And yes, the English people know that as well. Sorry, just joking of course guys, just joking of course. There goes the KLM Cityhopper E175. Yes. The wingtips at about 45 degrees. Very, very lovely looking sky, by the way. With the clouds. All those little spots of less dense clouds. So lovely. And yes, you might see indeed, I'm standing underneath a wing. That's the wing of the old KLM Cityhopper. Fokker 100 here located on the Panoramic terrace. I will show you. It's also the only aircraft left with a 100-year sticker. Look at that beauty. You can even go inside there. Let me quickly eat something because I'm getting a little bit hungry. Camera and talking will be back shortly. Sam, I have to for once disagree with you. The 100 years livery isn't a sticker. That's fully painted on. But yes, indeed, that's the other one with the 100 years livery logo still on it, of course. Fun fact about that aircraft, she got delivered 99 days before KLM turned 100. 1 day late. Due to unfinished paperwork. The aircraft was fully ready, but the paperwork wasn't finished yet. So the delivery had to be delayed, and she missed her own birthday party. Luckily, our cute orange bride stood in as the replacement. Yes, Sam. The 100 years livery is fully painted on. Air France A320 starting up on the bottom right corner. Well, we are looking at KLM 787 and the SAS A320 tail. There goes the KLM 787. Oh. Welcome everybody, good to see you all here joining in today. We're live from the Panoramic terrace. My name is Mike, I'm Airlinespotter072. My passion is aviation. With these live streams I can bring that to you. Yeah, you ain't sneaking by. Nice try, nice try. Almost managed it. Private jet taking off. Next one up is Qatar Airways 777. And then to be even more specific, Qatar Cargo 777-200 freighter. Whoa, they are early with the rotation. You saw the tail dropping. Air France A320. So that's an Airbus A330-300 as well. Nice. Thanks, Sam. Finally. Oh, I love it. There goes a KLM 777-200. Sorry, 300. KLM 777-300 ER. With ER standing for extended range. Jaro, very welcome, good morning. The 777, of course, you're gonna speak in Dutch now, Mike. The 777-2 freighter is based on the 777-200 long range. Very nice. I've flown a 777 long range, by the way. No, hold on, wait a second. That's not a 300. That's a Neo. That's a 900. Visible via the masks, the swooped winglets, and the huge engines. And there is a lot E190. There goes swelling A320. I see Singapore Airlines A350, and from halfway next year they will fly with their 777, bringing back first class services towards Schiphol. Yeah, sorry Mario. Sometimes I just can't speak again. Can you imagine? It is my job to speak. Even here with streams, it is my job to speak, to give a commentary about the aircraft, about the airport. And then at work as well, speaking to people, wishing them welcome on board, performing safety tasks, speeches, food and drink service, sales, where I also have to speak, and still I can't speak properly. Can you imagine? Well, it is. British Airways City Flyer is going out, while the Delta Airlines A330-900 is leaving. Leaving in a south-western direction from the Kaagbaan. The British Airways City Flyer is leaving, while this British Airways A319 has just arrived. That's what I wanted to say, but then the Delta Airlines decided to steal the show. I know Transavia is the second biggest airline at Schiphol Airport, but otherwise you would think it is British Airways. But it is still KLM, Transavia, Delta Airlines and EasyJet. The top 4 airlines here at with both flights and passenger numbers here at Schiphol. KLM 777-200 ER over there behind the British Airways, and KLM City Upper E195 E2. Yeah, sorry Mario, a 777. Well, better than a 777. That's even worse. Oh. Look, there it is. There is the SAS A319, former Star Alliance livery. Not looking at the registration. This is an Airbus A330-300. Alpha Kilo Alpha, yes indeed it is. Ha! Nice. What you doing over here? There's constantly birds around me. KLM City Hopper E175. Next one up here is the 777 of KLM, 777-200. And then we do have an EasyJet and SAS A319 lined up for runway 24. A Delta Airlines A330 approaching as well. On runway 18 left, we do have Singapore Airlines lining up right now. So Air France is first. There is the Singapore Airlines A350. And from halfway next year, we will see their 777 with a return of the first class service. Yes, indeed, Geert Veenstra. And welcome to you as well. Singapore Airlines A350 is lined up on the runway right now, but first Air France is rotating and liftoff. Then I see lots of Polish Airlines sneaking in front as well. Right over there, behind the KLM, behind a beautiful lamppost, a KLM and a Finnair. And then, yes, there it is, lots. E190, Air Canada A330, the black and red tail over there. And there goes LOT already. Classic turn and burn. There they go. And then it looks like Singapore Airlines is next. I see KLM 787-10 pushing back here. But probably if I were to focus on that right now, then the Singapore Airlines will leave and we are going to shake the camera around, which is not very nice to watch. See another KLM 777-300 ER taxiing right now at your screen as well. And there goes Singapore Airlines. Little foggy engines. speeded up air cooling down before entering the engine, creating a fog. Such a beast with performance, the A350. Such a beast with performance. Absolutely it is. Right here in front of us is the KLM 787-10 starting up the engines. And there is the SAS A319, former Star Alliance livery. And she will grease a Star Alliance livery. There goes the SAS, and there is the Star Alliance livery. Whose is it? It is... Who is it? Lufthansa Cityline. Alright, alright. Oh, look at that beast. World to fly, Airbus A350, flying for Corendon. Still love it how Corendon makes advertisements for like, yeah, we can fly with our own Airbus A350. Yeah, it isn't. But we're not gonna tell you. I see an arrival on runway 27. Very nice. Peter, PDK, welcome. Very good morning. Max. Max, yes, I use mobile data. I have been looking into a portable modem, but it's so expensive. And these streams are, for now, still just a hobby. So for me, it's not worth the 25 euros or even more with certain internet providers a month. If I can only do 1 or 2 streams a month, especially when I'm flying. That's ITA A320 Neo. Landed as the first one on the Buitenveldebaan runway 27. This is such a huge advantage of the panoramic terrace. You have clear view of a lot of runways. Right over here we do see Air Dolomiti. And even when it might be quieter with runway usage, you always have some gate action. That's always nice about here. While KLM 777-300ER is on the runway 24. And the sun is breaking through the clouds. There goes the 777. And Lufthansa Star Alliance livery lining up. Air Dolomiti is going behind. I see Air France A320 pushing back. I see a Swiss A320neo that is taxiing out already. This 787 right here in front of us will be ready soon as well. Front bridge has been disconnected. And right over there, captain getting ready for the flight. This is the race car livery of German Airways. The German Airways is the main sponsor of a German racing team performing at the Nordschleife, also known as the Green Hell, because it's a very long and difficult circuit to race on, and it's in the middle of a forest. Guys, just a quick reminder, if you want to support the channel, I'm really happy that you are already watching for quite a while. Even if you have just joined, you are still supporting the channel, but you can support the channel even more by pressing that like button. Maybe consider subscribing as well while you are pressing that like button. If you subscribe, you won't miss out on the next stream. For the coming 3.5 months, I will be live more often than after that, after halfway February, because then I'm back flying again with a irregular schedule. I really don't know when I am able to stream. There goes the KLM 737. ITA right there, taxiing into the gate. Fun fact about this specific gate, because it's so weirdly angled on the pier, it always has to be done with a marshaller. It's a person standing there with those, you might have seen videos from it, with those sticks or to guide an aircraft into the gate. German Airways is flying on behalf of KLM Cityhopper. And screaming you hear is this Air France A320 asking for some attention, so let's give it some attention. There it goes. We are off to the next arrival. There it is. Another ITA. This time it's an A220. Originally built and developed as the Bombardier C series, but Bombardier decided to sell the design. Airbus picked it up and adopted the jet into the family. There it is. We will see it taxi by later on again. The Pegasus Airbus A321neo. Looks like this one has landed on the maybe even the Kaagbaan before the runway 27 opened. Swiss A320neo. I do hear bird control. The shooting you hear, that's bird control. Where are they? They are probably on the runway. That's why Swiss is waiting. And Swiss is clear to go. And another British Airways City Flyer just taxied in. Marcel, welcome. Very good morning to you as well. And yes, indeed, that's ITA livery. It is a very nice livery. And the little details that are not clearly visible on the tail, but until you get closer to it, it's like little emblem and little pictures on the tail. And that's also very stunning, especially from very close by. There goes Air France. A320. There is the A220 of ITA. And an ambulance in the background. All right. Stopping, so nothing urgent. Can you see those little pictures? Not really, right? And there goes Delta Airlines A330-900. Before it fully disappears. Fueling special livery. And that whale sound you heard, that was this A220 of ITA. After it stood still and spooled up the engines again to taxi into the gate. Bird control, meanwhile, on the runway again. Right there. Performing the final part of the runway inspection. Yeah, whoopee. Whoop whoop. Another German Airways, a former British Airways City Flyer E190 touchdown on runway 27. And there's another German Airways livery with the 75 years of Herpa. Herpa being a scale model maker. Alright, you saw the little pictures on the tail. Very nice. And great to see everybody joining in. My name is Mike, I'm Airlinespotter072. And I do hear a helicopter. Looking like the air ambulance again. There you go. Easy 135. Airbus or Eurocopter 135, used all around the world as a medical or police helicopter. Very fast, low in maintenance, reliable. Meanwhile, your airlines is UR Airlines is taxiing over there behind the KLM, just came to a halt. For the German Airways, the taxi by. I see a TUI 737, a MAX 8. Again, A320neo. Past the Air Europe 787 tail. Air Canada A330. KLM A330. Right over here, KLM 777. And behind the fully packed Echo pair with from us towards the north side of the airport, Pegasus, Delta Airlines, KLM, World to Fly, flying for Corendon, and another KLM. Looks like a big one on final. Yes, it is. It is a Dreamliner. It is once again an Indigo Norse 787. There's still one part at the hangar as well. It's Norse flying on behalf of Indigo from Mumbai. Beautiful aircraft. Both the livery and the Dreamliner itself. KLM A330 200 is pulling into the gate behind the tow truck. And there goes a TUI 737 MAX 8. Next one lined up is EasyJet A320neo. The next one to line up is KLM 777. And off towards our smallest aircraft of today. Teeny tiny private jet. I bet you they didn't even try to properly brake and still taken the first exit. KLM City Hopper. And that's the smallest of the city hoppers, and it's still huge compared to the private jet. This Dreamliner is disconnected from the bridges. The pushback truck has been connected. The blocks have to be removed and then pushback will be requested. Welcome guys, good to see you all joining us here live from Schiphol Airport, the Panoramic terrace, where we have a perfect view of the departures today with a sudden wind. And now it's busy with the arrivals. We can see them as well. 737 of KLM touchdown. Normally they would open runway 18 center, or the center runway, the Zwanenburgbaan, but that one is in maintenance, regular maintenance. Will be cleaned and washed and lights replaced wherever needed, making it good for another year. Good morning, Mark Cooper. Alright, yes, Mark, very good morning. Good to see you joining in as well. It's lovely that the sun is getting out, but I like the clouds actually more because I could see a little bit more, and then it wasn't as difficult with adjusting the camera settings. I know I complain too much. I'm happy that it's dry. KLM City Hopper E190 lined up on the runway 24. There she goes. Next one lined up is Air Arabia Morocco. Mika, welcome. Good morning. The Bravo X-Ray Kilo, the first 737 of KLM to be retired and flown to the scrapyard, will leave at 1. I have the stream scheduled for now until 1 o'clock, but we might be able to extend up to a maximum of 30 minutes till 1:30. This will be a good reason to do so. But then it really does have to depart within that 30 minutes. Otherwise, I will still have to cut short at 1:30 p.m. There's a KLM 777-300 on the runway, ready to go. And the KLM Dreamliner here right in front of us is pushing back right now. Yes, thank you, Captain. Have a good flight, guys. 787-10. Pushing back. Right over there, United Airlines 767. Delta Airlines A330 lining up. Thanks, Mika, that you will keep me updated about the final ever flight of the Bravo X-Ray Kilo of KLM. First 737 that will be retired. We have been there with several delivery flights, but not with a final flight yet. Delta Airlines A330 and 900. see Finnair A350 pushing back as well. Let me see, where are my sunglasses? Then at least I can look normal again instead of covering my eyes with my hand. Maybe a little bit more difficult to read the screen. But that's okay. A White Star Alliance livery. And a KLM 737 and a KLM 777 pushing back from the Echo pair. And the KLM Cityhopper E190 taxiing by as well. Is this one joining the competition of the smallest aircraft of the day? Looks like it. Private jet landing on runway 27. They are going long. Very long for such a small aircraft. Even those KLM Cityhoppers often vacate earlier. Or they get paid by the minutes from starting the engines till shutting down the engines. Then I understand why you would go long on the runway. Welcome everybody, good to see you all joining in here live. My name is Mike, I'm Airlinespotter072 and my passion is aviation. With these live streams I can bring that to you. I'm glad you joined in for a nice and chilled stream here at the Panoramic terrace. While this Star Alliance livery, whose is it? Who is it even? Passes in front of the KLM. Croatia. Ah, Croatia Airlines. Nice. If you do like what you see and you want to support the channel, you can do so by keep on watching, hitting that like button, and maybe consider subscribing as well, so you won't miss out on the next stream. And it's really all appreciated, every little bit of support. There goes the KLM, a Dreamliner that stood here in front of us. the entire start of the stream, getting ready for a flight. She will make a right hand side turn very soon to line up on runway 24 for departure in a southwestern direction. British Airways has been pushed back and is starting up the engines right now. Finnair Airbus A350 will be leaving as well soon, as well from here. These pilots gave us a wave as well. So please wave back to them. Have a good flight, guys. As KLM City are taxiing behind, E195 E2 just landed. SAS A319. No, A320. See a double overwing exit. There goes SAS. And And there is Finnair A350. And the British Airways A319 taxiing out as well. She will leave from runway 24 as well. First the Finnair off towards Helsinki. Not an extremely long flight on a wide body aircraft. But that's the same with Air Europe, who flies here with the Dreamliner. And Amsterdam being their only non-intercontinental and non-domestic destination that gets the 787. KLM City Hopper taxiing by. And there goes the Finnair A350. There goes the KLM 777-300ER. And off they go. The A380 is about 35 minutes out, so let's hope that runway 27 will have opened back up again by then, because that would be very, very nice to see the A380 landing here, otherwise we won't see it. There goes the British Airways A319 back towards London. Next one up is EasyJet. And British Airways City Flyers pushing back as well. A little bit more of a quiet moment right now, but don't worry, the action will be back soon. Also, it's more quiet than the summer period, of course, because right now it's winter. There goes EasyJet. And there goes a KLM Dreamliner. There you go. Off she goes. KLM 737 lining up. And the British Airways City Flyer starting up the engines. Great to see so many people here around, hanging around with us. Really appreciate you. There goes the KLM 737. And Air France arriving. Going to taxi towards the gate. Air France A320. Right over here is British Airways City Flyer, and then towards the other runway that is in use currently for departures, we do have a KLM 737 and an LO 737. I see Qatar Cargo pushing back, 777. See a Taroom taxiing. Right over there you see the LO taxiing into the shot right now. Don't say LO and shooting or shot too hard in the same sentence. Before they use their anti-missile equipment. There is the Taroom 737. British Airways City Flyer is cleared to line up. But over here we do have a KLM 737. ITA pushed back, starting up the engines. British Airways City Flyer cleared to take off. LO 737 taking off from runway 18 left right now. Then we do have German Airways, the TUI and the Taroom. There is LO. Iceland Air 737 MAX with the pink livery. We'll have to taxi all the way around the ITA. The A380 is right now above Enschede, alright. About 25 minutes out. There goes EasyJet. A319. There goes KLM City Opera. Right over here is the Iceland Air. There's the German Airways E190. And there goes the KLM 777. China Southern Cargo 777 as well, and the Qatar Cargo 777. Both getting ready for a departure here. Where is it? There it is. Police helicopter, the big one. Looks like it's flying away from us. Welling, football livery, but which one? That's TUI 737 MAX 8. ITA A220 pushing back. Taroom 737. And then this China Southern 777 freighter is ready to go. There you go. And let me in the meantime change the power banks, because the first one is about to run out. Well, 13% left, but better safe than sorry before I forget. Qatar cargo isn't going for runway 24, it's going for 18 left. ITA started the taxi ride. Next one to depart from over there is a KLM 787. Runway 18 left, cleared for takeoff. Air Canada A330 pushed back. Whoa, 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 whoa. There you go. Looks like the A380 will go towards the Kaagbaan, which we unfortunately can't see from here, and that does mean that we will miss the A380. Yeah, it's going for the Kaagbaan. Unfortunately, it is. Kaagbaan is on the other side of the airport. It's like in a totally different town. All the way over there on the left, and then even further is the Polderbaan. It's about a 12 to 15 minutes taxi ride if you want to get towards the gate here. And since it will park at Golf 9er, the standard Emirates gate, standard Emirates A380 gate, we won't see it, unfortunately. Right over here we are looking at Vueling special livery, and KLM Airbus A321neo is taxiing by. What are we waiting for? I bet you the moment I let go of the camera and take a look at my laptop screen, it's going to move. Which I'm going to do now, so it's going to move now, right? Or not? Where is it right now, the retro livery? It's coming from Porto, so it will arrive at the Polderbaan. I can tell you already, even though it's an hour out. There goes the Vueling. Even if the runway 27 would be opened at the time the retro livery arrives, it will still go towards the Polderbaan because it's coming from the west and not from the east. There's Air Canada A330. What time is it? It is 12:10. So we do have about an hour left of the stream. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. Also depending on what the Papa Hotel Bravo X-Ray Kilo is going to do. That is going to be the first 737 of KLM to be retired. She will be flown towards Enschede for scrap. she will be dismantled over there. There goes KLM 737. There goes the Air Canada A330. A 200. I believe. There is Qatar Cargo 777 moving, starting the takeoff roll. And you see a tail in the bottom left corner, that's Air Europe 787 off towards Madrid. KLM City Hopper E195 E2. And the private jet. ITA Airbus A220. The next one up will be the Air Europe 787. Come on, Air Europe. I know you had to wait for a KLM city hopper that sneaked in front of you. But runway looks clear to me. Let's go. See Delta Airlines A330 pushing back just on the left hand side of the screen. We'll zoom out a little bit after Pegasus A321neo. And then there's Delta Airlines A330 pushing into your view right now. Oh, we had to let another city hopper go. Alright, alright. Good that I'm not in the tower, or at least not making the decisions right now, because I didn't see this KLM. But if I would have been up in the tower, I would have seen that KLM. There goes the Air Europe Dreamliner. There we go, off she goes towards Madrid. In the meantime, while we were waiting for that Air Europe Dreamliner, this Aer Lingus A320 arrived. That would be nice, Mika, if the 737 of KLM, Papa Hotel Bravo X-Ray Kilo, indeed will depart at around 12:45. That means in about 25 minutes. Do you know where she is right now? I guess a KLM City Hopper E175. because if you know where she is, then I can keep an eye out on her. Everybody who is still hanging around with us, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Your support means a lot to me. Next one to depart. Looks like it is going to be Pegasus Airbus A321 Neo. There it is. Off they go towards Turkey. Right over here, a KLM 777 behind the tow truck, being pulled towards the gate. And KM Malta Airlines off towards Malta. How did you guess that? Airbus A320. You think at east, so you would say that one of these two might be the no, I'd say the most right one is a Neo. Looking at the engine size and how high up on the gear she's standing. But indeed, that left one, that looks like a 737-700. She might also be at the pop-up platform, at a pop-up platform, or at the Golf buffer. Because from over there you can just start taxiing away, and from over here where these aircrafts are standing, you are not allowed to cross it without going through security. Go goes! Welcome! Good afternoon, yes indeed, nice and sunny. There is a little bit of a wind. I expected it to be much colder, but it isn't. Happy me. But I did dress properly for a much colder day. Welcome, Koos. Good to see you. Turkish Airlines A330 going to depart from runway 18 left, and we will have another A330. That's a 300. Now I know the difference. From Delta Airlines will be departing us soon from runway 24. And over here we do have a KLM City Hopper E190. Yes, E190. There you go, an Iberia with some kind of sticker as well on its tail. Yeah, not really the tail, but you know, you get it. KLM 737 lining up right now. I wanted to say I'm always happy when it's sunny, but I'm not always happy when it's sunny. Especially not in the summer. When it's bloody hot. There goes KLM 737. Yeah, see because sorry, it's an EO, and that one came from over here near the hangar, from over here. It's gone now. So that was not our 737 we are keeping an eye on. No problem, Mika. You saw it once I zoomed in. Before that I didn't zoom in yet, and then it could have indeed been a 737-800. Another Dutch police helicopter. Not flying towards us. But we had, during the start of our stream, we did have the big police helicopter flying straight towards us and then right overhead. Delta Airlines A330 ready to go. But looks like the Turkish Airlines A330 will be leaving us just slightly ahead of this one. That has to do with the wake that's being produced by the engines and then crosses the rotation point over here, making it dangerous for the aircraft taking off from there. There is the Turkish Airlines, that's a 200, A330 200. There is the race car livery of German Airways again. There goes Delta Airlines A330 300. There you go. World to Fly A350 pushing back, flying for Corendon towards Curaçao and Bonaire. There is Iberia. Ah, the sticker is only on one side. Only on the passenger side. And there goes KLM 737. There goes the German Airways. With the racing team livery. Again, is it? Yes, ready on the runway. Runway 18 left. And rolling. Again, Airbus A321 Neo. There they go. There is the Croatia Airlines Star Alliance livery again. And the KLM 777, KLM Asia 777-200 leaving. Looks like we might get a visit of this 787-10. So I see some KLM personnel here at the gate. And it's a gate where a 787 does fit. So it won't surprise me if she is going to be parked here. Looks like it is indeed. She has taken the exits. There you go. KLM 787-10 into the gate. Right on time for the world to fly Airbus A350 to depart. I see Cathay Pacific A350 as well. There you go. Right over there, the Cathay Pacific Airbus A350 taxiing towards the lineup point of runway 18 left. And I see another United Airlines 767. Scheduled departure of the first 737 of KLM that is going to be retired is right now. Estimated departure is in about 10 minutes. So we will keep an eye on her. To see wherever she is. That's one to Athens, that's one from Milan. She isn't online yet. Air France is screaming again. Let's hope so, Mika, that she will be visible for you. Would be nice if you can still get a sneaky picture of her. There is a United 767 and over here one Air France going out and the next one coming in. The A320 going out and the A220 coming in. There goes Cathay Pacific Airbus A350 1000 all the way towards Hong Kong. Who's this? Don't know. There goes United 767. You're not gonna say she stood right in front of me all this time, right? And that we totally missed it. City Hopper. I see her on the radar. She's taxiing somewhere over there. She's passing right behind the KLM 777 over there right now. That's the Air France. She's taxiing parallel to the Air France. Who's over there. You see that tail over there behind the Delta Airlines right now hidden? That's the KLM 737-800 that is going to be flown towards Enschede, towards the scrapyard right now. There she is. Ready for her final flight ever. She did come from east though. There she is, lining up. The Papa Hotel Bravo X-Ray Kilo, the first KLM 737 to retire. There she is, Mika. Be ready with your camera. She's gonna be a rocket. Thank you for your service, KLM 737-800. Off towards Enschede. She has probably reached cruising altitude already by now. No, she will climb a little bit higher, but not that much. There she goes for the final time in her entire life. We have been there with a couple of delivery flights. But this one is the first time we have been there with a retiring flight. The end of an era really is coming closer and closer. Well, Mika, I really do hope that you are able to spot her from your home. Because if I remember correctly, you didn't have this one yet, right? On the picture. And she has leveled off at just 7,000 feet. Now it's one straight line off towards Enschede. A small right hand turn. Or she's going via the north. That's also possible. Very nice. We at least didn't miss out on her. That does mean that we are slowly coming to an end of this live stream. Are there any nice aircrafts departing like now? American Airlines Dreamliner, always nice to see. Alright, we'll wait for the American Airlines Dreamliner to depart. She's nearly at the runway, and that will be our final aircraft for today. KLM 737 taxiing into the gate. And then after that, American Airlines 787 has left. Not because it's really special, but just because it's a nice looking livery. After that I will pack up and then leave to print some paperwork, and then after that head towards east to finalize the printed paperwork. Yeah, sorry Sam, I am going to yeah, skip that queen. I think time-wise that will be better. There is the American Airlines 787, nice silvery livery with the American flag on the back. Normally I would stay longer for a 747. You know how I am. I do love the 747. But unfortunately today, like the half an hour extra I sat was really only if needed for something was already on the ground and moving, you know. There goes American Airlines 787-8, our final aircraft for today. So with that, I really want to thank you all for joining in today. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. I will see you all next time again. Hopefully pretty soon. I hope this week, and otherwise next week. Thank you all for joining in, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.